You're listening to It's All About Becoming, the business edition, where it's our goal to help you look good in all that you do within your brand and your business. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to It's All About Becoming, the business edition. And I am your host, Megan Alexandria. And on Tuesdays, we are going to talk about all things business. So, this is our first Tuesday business episode. So, yay! Let's get into today's episode. Let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. So, today we are going to talk about how defining your uniqueness can help your brand. Okay. Defining your uniqueness for your brand. So, as a brand strategist, I know that it can be difficult to maximize your brand. Maximizing your brand on your own can be overwhelming, and it's okay to seek help. That's where companies like mine come in, and people like me come in. We come in to help provide comprehensive brand marketing strategies that will help you to build a positive brand that you can monetize. So, as a brand strategist, I would help you to create and manage your brand image. We would work together to develop a unique brand identity that communicates who you are, what you do, and why people should choose you. So let's take a deep dive into one of the first things that is very important when you are defining your uniqueness. The first thing that you need to do is define your goals. Okay, and most people would say that, before you do anything, the first thing you need to do is define your goals. You need to not just define your goals, but I would go as far as saying, let's take a deep dive into your goals, your values, as well as the target audience. So I'm going to do another episode on a target audience, and I'm going to have someone I met come on, and help, and just talk about our target audience with us. But the first thing that I want to talk about with this series is defining your goals, your values, and your target audience. And the reason why, as a brand strategist, the reason why I would say to do this is because I want to understand what drives you. What drives you, what you want to achieve, what motivates you, and the why behind it. Because by doing this, I can help you to create a brand that will resonate with your audience and that will help you to set yourself apart from your competitors. And then also, by understanding all of your goals and values and your target audience together, we would, craft your messaging, your tone of voice, your visual identity, those things, because those things help to, once those things are pieced together, they help to create a consistent look and feel across all platforms. So setting your goals for your brand is really like having a roadmap to success. Just like how you need a map to get to a new place, having clear and defined goals can help you navigate your brand's growth strategy. And that's what it's about. And it's not just about the strategy, but it's navigating your brand's growth journey. You want to know the journey that your brand is going on. You want to be able to document that process. So think of it like this. If you don't have any goals, then how will you know if your brand is making progress? Setting the goals can help you to measure your brand success and identify areas where you do need to improve. So it is going to be important that you do set achievable goals that align with your brand's overall mission and values. By doing this, you'll have a clear direction and focus on what matters the most. So setting goals for your brand can be exciting and they can be motivating. It can be work. I don't want to leave that part out. Will definitely be work, but it's going to inspire you. It's going to inspire your team if you have a team. to work harder and smarter towards the objective goal. It's going to help unify your team as well. So take the time to set meaningful and achievable goals. You guys know SMART goals for your brand, so that way your brand can grow and thrive. And let's think about it like this. So you're in a crowded marketplace. It can be hard to stand out if you are just like everyone else. But if you have something unique to offer, something that sets you apart from the rest, you have a much better opportunity and chance to capture the attention and the loyalty of the people that you're targeting. Okay, being unique is about identifying what makes you special, what makes your brand special, what makes you different from your competition. These are the things that you need to sit down and think about when you are building your brand, when you are wanting to grow your brand. Think about the identifying things that make you special and unique. It could be, a specific skill. It could be a certain expertise that you have. It could even be a unique perspective or an approach to a common problem. It doesn't always have to be, a skill that, a laboring type skill, but think about any unique perspectives, that you have, mindsets that you have, or even just your personality and your personal story. Yes, that's what makes a personal brand, is your personal story. These are things that are going to help your brand be different. These are things that are going to help your uniqueness define your brand. So these are things that you do need to write out. Okay, what are my specific skills? What are my expertise? What am I the expert in? What is my unique perspective or approach to something? So, different things that you can do to help you bring uniqueness to your brand. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that it's memorable. And you also want to make sure that it helps people to connect with you on a deeper level, because that's the other part to being a unique brand, to being a strong brand. Strong brands have strong connections with the people. You don't want to have a brand where people feel disconnected from you. You don't want to have a brand where people feel like they don't really know you. And yes, people buy from places where they don't know the owners all the time. But if you go somewhere to a store and the people who are at the front, in customer service individuals, if you encounter people who are not friendly, who are not approachable, it's gonna deter you from going there again. You know, there's a reason why you go there. Okay, so it's going to deter you from that reason if the people are not approachable, if they are, rude to you, if they don't have good customer service skills. What are you going to do? You're going to find somewhere else to go. So even though it's not the owner, remember, even you as the CEO, everything about you also reflects in your people as well. So think about that as you are building your brand and as you are thinking about the uniqueness of your brand. A great example of this is Chick-fil-A. No matter what Chick-fil-A you go to, the customer service is always going to be the same. Why is that? That is a part of their brand. That is a piece of them that makes them unique in a market where there's so many different fast food places, so many different places you can get a chicken sandwich. Why would people want to sit in line for Chick-fil-A? It's not just the chicken, it's the whole experience that they have. So these are ways that make your brand unique. A strong brand that is unique has a clear identity and personality that resonates with its target audience. So, yes, your brand does have a personality. Your brand does have a personality, and there are a few different personality types that brands have, and we'll go over those in just a moment. But yes, your brand does have a personality. So let's talk about the brand personalities for just a moment. So, this is a way that you can help bring uniqueness to your brand as you are building it. Even before you, if you're in the beginning stage, this is really good for you because you can tackle this now. If you are an established brand and this is something that you have not thought about, then this is an opportunity for improvement. So there are five main personality dimensions for your brand. So the first one is sincerity. So sincere brands, these are brands that are they're youthful, they're more trustworthy, ethical. They have like a down to earth type feeling. These are exciting type brands. So these are sincere brands. Then you have exciting brands. So these are brands that are more creative, they're more spirited, in your face, bold type brands. Those are exciting brands. Then you have what are known as competent brands. Competent brands are their personality for a competent brand would be intelligence, reliability. So those are, competent brands. And then you have rugged brands. So rugged brands are more of your outdoorsy, your tough type brands. And then last but definitely not least, you have sophisticated brands. So your sophisticated brands are going to be what is trending now as luxury brands. So when you hear sophisticated brands, think luxury brands, your glamorous brands, things like that. So those are your five different brand personalities that most brands would fall under. So this is how you make your brand unique, by defining your personality of your brand, and then of course ensuring that every element of your brand matches the personality. So it's going to be very important that you do define your brand personality as you are creating your brand, to ensure that that brand personality resonates with the audience that you've chosen. So if there's a disconnect, you might want to check that. So example, if you are wanting to build a luxury high-end brand, look at your audience. If your audience is not in the demographic of luxury high-end brands, then you need to make some changes. Okay, so those again are your brand personalities. And again, these are things that help make your brand different. They help make your brand unique, because every brand is not supposed to be the same. Everyone is not, even though you may sell the exact same thing or have the same services, there's something about you in the way that you do it that is unique and different than the way someone else is doing it. So really hone into what makes you unique, what makes your personality different from the next person's personality, what makes your perspective different. These are things, again, that are going to help make your brand unique. Okay. So as you are building a strong brand, like I said earlier, the clear identity is going to help you be unique. Your personality traits that you choose for your brand, they are going to help you be unique, and they're going to resonate with your target audience. And this is going to be reflected again in your messaging, your visual identity, your marketing materials, and again, your overall brand experience. So I want you to think about, as you are building a brand, think about the overall brand experience. Everything that your people, your audience, your customers, your clients, whatever you're choosing to call them, how are they experiencing you from beginning to end? Okay. When they see you, when they interact with your brand, they should immediately recognize what sets you apart and what makes you different and what makes you special. By being unique, you can make yourself different from competitors and establish yourself as a thought leader within your industry. And that's a great way to making yourself unique, is establishing yourself as a thought leader within your industry. This is going to help you to attract more customers, build a stronger reputation, and increase your visibility as well. So if you're building a brand, don't be afraid to embrace what makes you unique. Don't be afraid to tap into that difference. Don't be afraid to do something different. Celebrate the things that make you different. Celebrate those quirks, your strengths, your story. Celebrate it. Even if it's a negative story, even if it's a painful one, you still want to celebrate it because that experience made you unique so that way you can do what you're doing and use them to create a brand that truly stands out. It's essential to identify what makes you unique in your brand, in your business, so that way you can build a successful personal brand. And I just want to go over just a few things that definitely can enhance this. So, number one, understanding your audience. This is going to be key. This is going to be key for everything that you do. You have to understand your audience. You have to understand their pain points and their interests and their values. You're going to have to understand their strengths and their weaknesses. You're going to have to understand all of that so that way you can make sure that your skills, your talents, and your experiences will reflect in your messaging to them. It's also going to reflect in how you create content. It's going to reflect in, how you speak to them. It's going to reflect in how you connect with them on a different level. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing you want to do is identify your values. Okay, I tell this to people, identify your values and identify your boundaries. And make sure you have established the principal guides for your decisions and your actions. Okay, make sure you have a clear understanding of what success is to you. Have a clear understanding of what you will do and what you won't do, and stand on your boundaries. Do not let anyone, and don't let no any amount of money move you from your values. Your values are an essential part to your brand personality, and this is what also helps you connect with your audience. Knowing that you are not a brand that is easily swayed. So make sure you identify your values and share them with your brand. Don't be afraid to share them with your audience. Share the values that you believe in. Okay, the next thing is, of course, finding your zone of genius, as people say, and focus on that. Focus on that zone. Focus on that identity. Think about the things that you're passionate about. Obviously, and not just passionate about, but think about the problems that you solve better than anyone else. Okay, think about what you can do better than anyone else. Think about the things that people come to you for already. Think about the things that people come to you for that you probably didn't realize that you do well, but they come to you for a reason for those things. These are all things that help make your brand unique. By doing these things, you can identify, of course, what makes you unique and what makes you different. And you can leverage these things to build a strong brand. Once you have a clear understanding of all of your qualities and your values, you communicate all of these things through your messaging. Like I said, you communicate these things through your visual identity, your marketing, your content, and make sure that you are communicating these to the audience that matches, so that way your audience will resonate. And again, this is how you build your brand. This is how you build a successful brand. This is how you increase your brand awareness. This is how you increase your visibility. So these are the benefits to building a successful brand, and these are the benefits of building a brand based on your uniqueness. So again, don't be afraid to define what makes you different. Define what makes you who you are. And don't think of it from a standpoint of, I'm better at this person, so I can do this. Because the motives matter. Don't think of it from that standpoint. Think of it from the standpoint of, I'm uniquely created to do it this way. And this is why. Share your why, share your what, share your how with your audience, and I ensure that you will be successful. So that's it for today's episode of It's All About Becoming, the Business Edition. So join us on Thursday for our lifestyle edition of It's All About Becoming. But next week, we will be back here on next Tuesday talking about more brand essentials that will help maximize your brand potential. Stay inspired, move in excellence. Till next time, bye.